any king move to the d file loses. Let's have a look at king d6. This loses immediately to queen d5 check. King e7. After each check, it is instructive to highlight the squares that have been covered. Queen a3 check. King e8. Queen e6 check. All squares covered except d8. Queen a8 check. All squares covered except c7, and now it is mate. This is the final of the Grand Chess Tour between MVL and Ding Liren. Let's begin at the endgame. King d3 has just been played and MVL now plays g6. c2 was played in the real game, but f takes g6 it turns out is the only winning move, but it's very difficult to see how Black is able to get out of the checks. Let's go through some amazing variations. Queen takes g6 check, king d2 check. Let's keep checking the black king. How on earth does black make progress? Let's block with the queen and king d1. Preparing c2, but the point is after check the king can come round. We have the double attack. King is attacking f3, c2 is also a threat. I want to show one brilliant variation coming up, or else this video will be too long. Queen g2 check, king e3 check, king takes f3 check, king e3 check, king d4. Let's keep checking the guy. Let's find a way to hide. So we're hiding on the queen side. Queen b5 check, king c1, queen f1 check, king c2. And this is the big difference. There is no f3 pawn, so another check here will be the end of the game. Queen f5 check doesn't work because queen d3 check and your pawn just runs. In this position, let's go through one amazing variation. Let's move the queen here, so then the queen can try and check from the queen side or from this diagonal. Let's see how this game could go on. Black now throws in his checks. Queen e3 check, king g2, and now king d1. Getting out the way, c2 is a threat, the queen can provide cover. But white keeps trying to check. Queen c6, c2, and now queen a4. Bringing the queen round here. Black is just one square away from queening, but how on earth does he finish it off? Let's bring the queen back here, allowing black to go to the queen side to hide from that angle. King h2. White can't move the queen because you'll just promote. So move the king, king c1, king b2, queen e5 check, hiding on the queen side again, queen f4, and now the star move, queen b7. This amazing waiting move. Queen b7, so difficult to see because really what are we saying? Almost any white move in this position is losing. White is now in zugzwang. Let's imagine white moves the queen. Queen e3, firstly. This loses immediately to queen c7 check. And then the pawn queens. Let's go through the king moves next. King g3, queen b2, and queen is coming next. The king is on the third rank and this is the problem. You cannot play queen a4 check because queen a3 check and promotion is forced. A similar issue with king h3. Even better is queen c8 check here and you force promotion. One more option to look at. Let's have a look at queen d2, pinning the pawn along the second rank. Queen c7 check, king h3, and now queen c4. Trying to get white into zugzwang again. If you go queen c1, moving the queen, then queen d3 check, king h4, queen d1, and that is it. If white just moves the king, then it is time for black to bring his own king into the game with king b1. Getting out of the second rank and queen is forced. There are no checks. That's why this queen on c4 is so useful. A fantastic variation. Back to the game, g6 played and now c2. Allowing 4 queens on the board. Ding may have thought, as it is black's move, then he will have time to mate the king. Take, queen, queen. 4 queens on the board, something you do not see often at the highest level. Black to move. Check. Why can't it be mate very soon? Because MVL plays some really accurate moves, putting the king on precise squares. King g3, queen e5 check. If you block with queen f4, queen g1 check. Notice queen g to f4 is the only good way to block. If you play the other one, then that is mate. If you move the king back, then it is mate as well. So after king g3 check, block with the correct queen, check, queen h1 check, 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 check. King f6 only move, queen g5 loses immediately to queen a5 check. Picking up one of the queens, king f6, staying on the f file. Check, check, coming closer, check, check. Any king move to the d file loses. Let's have a look at king d6. This loses immediately to queen d5 check. King e7. After each check, it is instructive to highlight the squares that have been covered. Queen a3 check. King e8, queen e6 check. All squares covered except d8, queen a8 check. All squares covered except c7, and now it is mate. Instead of king f6, let's have a look at king e7. Once again, highlighting all the squares covered. Queen c5 check, the king goes back. Queen e6 check, just like before. King d8, and now mate. Back to this point, if queen c5 check, if you throw in your own check with queen d6, then take, and then we win the queen through a skewer. Queen a3 check, just picking it up. King f6, staying on the f file, check, 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 and closing in. Queen g6 check. Right, now we continue highlighting the squares. Let's block, check, all squares covered, but white's queens are covering lots of squares as well. Check, queen c5 check. White queen is covering the 6th and the 8th. King can come back, check. Once again, king e7. I bet this is vital. The pawn on f3 means black cannot bring the queen on g6 back to e4. Let's imagine this variation. Queen e4 check. Imagine white cannot take this queen. Then it will be mate very soon. King d8, queen d5 check, king e7, and then mate. So it is vital there is an f3 pawn. King e7 and check. King here, check. Yeah, the white queens are still there. Covering the 6th and the 8th. Enough cover, check. Still covering here and covering d4. Check, just a cute move. It doesn't matter. King stays on the e file and you're good. A perpetual check. Draw agreed. Liren just could not believe MVL got out of this amazing queen endgame. Check out one video here and another video over here. If you enjoyed this entertaining endgame, then why not check out this playlist over here.